I mean, you've given tips on what constitutes a prosperous Britain. What would your ideas be on what might constitute a prosperous Africa?
You know, can I say something? When are you going to publish?
We're going to publish May.
So here's something quite controversial that grows in my mind. And it started when I came for the BBC documentary here in Nigeria. But again, this past week, this is my, sixth day here.
Okay.
And I would say all policymakers in Africa have got to start disciplining themselves on really basic things like turning up to meetings on time.
Right.
It sort of seems like a crazy, weird, simple thing to say, but the sort of power of the signalling mechanism of that, in my opinion, could be transformative. I travel all over the world, meet lots of people, many policymakers, and amongst the many things that Africa stands out on is you can get invited by a policymaker to meet them, and quite often you have no idea whether they're going to turn up or not. Right. And I don't really, I mean, it doesn't matter for me, because I'm kind of like a two-bit nobody, but if you as a leader or leaders of a country can't set those standards for yourself, how do you really expect your own citizens to learn a better way of life?
So professional etiquette, discipline.
I think respect for a daily organised schedule and the things that would logically then follow from it. Better governance, better leadership. But you can do it by, you know, I've said to well-known policymakers here, why don't you as a cabinet decide from now on, anytime any of you turns up late for a cabinet meeting, you have to pay some kind of penalty.
What was the reaction?
Interesting idea. And you can't blame it, you know, the people love to blame it on the infrastructure, you know, the Lagos traffic. But guess what? As bad as it is, it's not the worst that I've experienced in the world. There's plenty places worse.
Fantastic.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.